Hey traders, Jason here from Leavitt Brothers. Hope you're well. In this video, I'm going to offer a few trading ideas for the next week or two. To profile trades from the next week, that's doable. That makes sense. But to look out 2 weeks might not even be that wise given what's taken place over the last month. Trades, let's be honest, trades haven't lasted long. Quick moves off the lows lasting a day or two, maybe going for 5, 6, 10% if you're lucky. It's pretty much all that's been available. Is from a trading perspective. Many breakouts have failed. So it is what it is. This is what the market is. It's actually pretty normal. Okay, we got spoiled last year, where we got bigger moves and all that stuff. So to some degree, the way the market is acting right now is a lot closer to normal than what was taking place last year, which was more like a once every 10-year type of a market. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip through charts here. All of them are going to be the hourly time frame. I'm just going to walk through and tell you kind of tell you what I see. Okay. In my masterclass, which is available at a link below this video, I talk in detail how I use moving averages, MACD, stochastic, and a few other indicators to enter trades. Here, I'm just using the price chart and a few moving averages. All right, let's get started. All right, so first up here is NEO. Stock has been very weak. It's actually been very weak for a while. It topped out in early January on their NEO day, and it's been brought down by a lot of the weakness in the Chinese stocks. So you can see that it took out a level over here and broke down. I don't know if you call this a double bottom, but it's definitely got like a nice little base here. It finally moved up yesterday. It got above its 21, 8 and 21. The 8 crossed at 21. So now it's starting to, establish itself. I see a resistance level right in here at about 39. Okay. So for this entire, kind of cut pattern here, I kind of like what I see. Okay. Despite the fact that it's still, you can actually argue that it's still somewhat of in a downtrend. I like this kind of a cut pattern, bottoming pattern. Resistance level is fairly easy to determine. I think if we can break out here, I definitely think it can go 42, possibly 44, 45. Okay, I'm not looking for a huge move. I'm not looking for it to go back to its highs, at least not yet. I got to see how the stock acts. I got to see how the rest of the Chinese stocks act. I got to see how the group acts, because electric vehicles have been kind of hit or miss lately. But at least for now, I definitely can see a move back up into the 40s. All right, next up, fuel cell. This is a stock we've played before. Got a decent double bottom here. Okay, you can see the 8 getting rejected by the 21 there. Stock got rejected by the 21 there. So we got a move up here yesterday. We're getting some follow through today. The 8 has crossed the 21. So the stock is kind of up here. I don't want to say no man's land, but it's kind of finally cleared itself from this base area. So as long as it can establish itself up here, even if it trades in a range, that's fine. Maybe it trades in a range and the 21 comes up and gives a little support. But market continues to act well. I can definitely see a move up to, well over 15, maybe up towards that gap. Again, like NEO, I'm not looking for a resumption of the uptrend. I'm mostly just looking for a bounce within a range that has formed for most of this month. Next up is Gevo. Okay, stock has mostly traded in a range going back several weeks. Okay, we have double bottom here. You'll notice the stock gets rejected by the 21. But it gets above here, and notice how it kind of gets cupped by both the 8 and the 21 coming in here. Today has been a really good day. I wouldn't chase it, but I think today's move on really steady volume down here is attractive. So I think any type of weakness that comes down and finds support at like the 21 that comes up, if we get that kind of a move, weakness down to the 21 on the hourly and then a bounce, then if the highs from here and here can get taken out, then I think it could come up here and fill some of that void space. So I wouldn't chase it higher here if you weren't already in, but I do think it's quote unquote in play. And I think weakness from here that finds support at a key moving average is playable for a potential breakout. NNDM. Okay, like a lot of stocks, it did well. Then it's been steadily trending down. You can see resistance from the 21, resistance from the 21, resistance from the 21. It's finally getting right over here. It finally got above the 21. The 8 is starting to cross the 21. We got the hourly 50 coming in here. So we're in the early stages here. Double bottom, gets above a key moving average, up against another moving average. So if it can hold this level here, if it could hold like 8.5, 8.4 and stay above the orange line, which is the hourly 21, and eventually it will, by default, it'll get above the hourly 50 here, which is the blue line, and then I think it could probably come up here to like $10, which was a key level over here. Plus 10 is just a big fat whole number and often acts as a magnet. Okay, Sunworks. Stock's been all over the place. It's kind of frustrating if you're in it. So overall, it's been trading in kind of like a falling-ish pattern here. And finally today it broke out. Yesterday was a good day. Today has been a really good day. It's up almost 20%. Assuming today gets the ball rolling, I do think it's playable going forward. It is in play. It looks like we have a resistance level forming here today, and then if we get a little bit of weakness here tomorrow, Friday, that gets picked up by a moving average, then that could possibly be playable too. If I zoom this chart out a little bit, you can see that this is all taking place in a base with a resistance level somewhere here in the mid 16s. Okay, so if we do get if you got a resistance level here, or you buy a pullback here, if it can come up here and establish itself without pulling back and breaks through here, then I think there are good odds that we at least can fill some of the space up here up to 20, which was a key level there. So it has pretty good potential. It's a volatile stock, small market cap, so it can actually move pretty quickly. All right, Jumaya. Let's zoom in a little bit. It's the hourly chart. Okay. Been big swings going back a year. I first started playing this in the teens, and then it went all the way up to like over 50, and it's swung wildly ever since then. Possible double bottom here. You see the 8 cross the 21. Right now it's getting support from the 21 right there. So I would consider this to be in play. We got some pretty good volume here. So the combination of double bottom, 8 crosses the 21, establishing itself above some key moving averages, puts the stock in play. Not expecting a big rally. I don't expect a repeat of this. Okay, that'll depend on the overall market, but I certainly can see the stock doing something like this, 10, maybe 15% if the market actually does well for at least a week or two. All right, Sol, another solar stock. Solar stocks in general have been somewhat frustrating. It's like one day they're the number one group, they're doing great, and the next day they're absolutely last on the list. So it's been a really tough group to play. So they could look great one day and terrible the next. We got a double bottom here. You could see the 8 gets rejected by the 21 right there. 21 resistance there, and then finally right here we get the 8 crosses the 21, and now the 8's coming up and supporting the price. We had, this was an important resistance level here at $12 going into today. Unfortunately, we had a big gap up, but the stock has pulled back, found support at some moving averages, and now is back above $12. So all goes well. Looks like 13 is a key level, so I do think it could, from the current level of just about $12, I think it could fill that void space up to 13, and then if things go well, I think it can go another point from there and move up to 14. So double bottom, gets above resistance. We should be able to get some upside movement from here. All right, Kopin. Okay, Kopin's done fairly well overall. They did well with earnings, but then unfortunately, the earnings came out just exactly the same time the market turned around and went south. So stock is mostly traded in a range, and anytime you got a small tech stock that's trading in a range recently, that's pretty good because most tech stocks have taken big hits. So we got double bottom here. Stock, gets above its 21 here, 821 cross. So that was yesterday, and today we got a big up move. It's up over 12%. Do you chase it here? It might be hard, but I certainly think any type of weakness, like tomorrow, if the 21 comes up like this. Any weakness tomorrow down to the mid-ish, I should say, nines that get supported by the 21 could be playable. I use indicators to time entries and stuff, so this one looks pretty good, and we should be able to get a point. Okay, not looking for a big move, but a move from 10 to 12 in this market environment isn't bad. And not 10 to 12, 10 to 11. This is 10%. It's not bad for this kind of a market environment where things aren't really following through and we're not getting a lot of great opportunities. All right, one more. EXPI. Let me delete that. So first off, you got the 8 getting rejected by the 21 there. You get the 8 getting rejected by the 21 there. Then we got a double bottom here. Then the stock gets above the 8 and the 21. The 8 crosses the 21 right there. Okay, so the stock is establishing itself. So the combination of double bottom, the stock establishes itself above the 8 and the 21. This level here is a key level, 48, because it was resistance there, support there. So I do think we should be able to get a move up to 48 here, and then from there, any type of pulls back, kind of gets caught up by a moving average here and pushes it through here. Then I think we can get a move, probably up to 52, maybe up to 54. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so overall, the market's been a little bit frustrating because you've had, oil's done well, utilities have done well, like old school stocks have done well, but like smaller tech stocks that have given us big gains in the past are no longer acting that well. But right now, they're starting to do better. So I think we're in the beginning stage of I'm not going to call it a rally, but I think we can certainly bounce for a week, maybe 2, and then we're going to have to reevaluate to see what the situation is, see if the internals have improved, and see if the internals have support the price movement. All right, so thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.